had a dream in a perfect world, and it was there in a much better show. And so there were many VIPs. I think I was an important one, but all of them speak another tongue. I couldn't understand any single word. I think I was an important woman. I couldn't understand nothing at all. I want to know, I want to learn, because I think I was the star, a different one, that special one, that everyone else thought about me. I'm gonna know, I'm understand, because I think I was the star, that different one, that special one, speaking this is special song, amazing English.
Es hora de una nueva emisión de Amazing English, a much better show. Con ustedes, su conductora de hoy, Vilma Brown.
Bienvenidos, esto es Amazing English, a much better show. Yo soy Vilma Brown, acompañada como siempre de la maravillosa Miranda Wise, mi compañero Rudy Arroyo y Mr. Jeff González. Hoy tendremos una entrevista con la creadora de Frankenstein, Mary Shelley. Además, importantes consejos para nuestra salud. Esto y mucho más en A Much Better Show.
Nuestros breves y útiles tips para cuidar de la salud. La entrevista con una gran escritora. Un recorrido por el centro histórico de la Ciudad de México. Nuestro sketch y mucho más.
Amazing English.
Now some health tips, courtesy of A Much Better Show. Living healthy is easy. Do you think that eating healthy is all about strict and boring meals? If your answer is yes, then you have the wrong idea. Eating healthy is about feeling great, having more energy, and keeping yourself in good shape. Fruits and vegetables are good for you. When you eat salads and fruits, you help your body to work efficiently. You will not feel heavy or sleepy at the end of the day. Fruits and vegetables are low in calories and are filled with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber. Water is part of a healthy diet. 75% of our bodies are made up of water. Water helps flush our systems of waste products and toxins. Though it's recommendable to drink 8 glasses of water a day, you can also eat fresh fruits and vegetables that contain plenty of water. This will help with your hydration.
Entrevistas del más allá.
El día de hoy nos visita desde el más allá toda una celebridad, hija de filósofos, quien, por cierto, no tuvo una vida nada fácil y aún así, antes de cumplir 18 años, ya había escrito un bestseller. A lo largo del tiempo, este libro pasó de ser un bestseller a todo un clásico de la literatura. Se ha dicho mucho acerca de él y ahora estamos a punto de averiguar de primera mano qué hay de cierto. Ella es Mary Shelley, autora de Frankenstein. Thank you so much for coming from so far away.
You're welcome. And yes, indeed, it was a long way.
To begin with, can you please tell us a little about yourself?
Very well. I was born in England in 1797, quite a long time ago, and I was also buried there. So I dare say it's a long time and a long way. Anyhow, after giving me birth, my mother died. So my father, who was a truly free thinker, took good care of my education. Although every now and then I read some of the forbidden writers without my father's knowledge. I must also admit that I was capable of reading the most important books in their original languages when I was still pretty young.
Wasn't it a little bit boring for a little girl?
Not at all. Just the other way around. We had plenty of acquaintances, and there were also my father's friends.
Sorry?
Acquaintances? Oh, people we knew. Rich people. I beg your pardon. I forgot we were in the 21st century with such a poor language and behaving like barbarians without the slightest idea of manners. Not a single drop of tea for your guests.
Mrs. Shelley, but the tea's about to be served.
With some biscuits, I suppose.
Definitely. A choice of your exquisite pastries. What were your father's friends like?
Oh, they were philosophers. You see, the most important of the time. Very well-known writers. And a handful of great poets as well. We lived immersed in literature.
So, were they one of the reasons you began writing so young?
You're absolutely right, darling. Especially the book you mentioned.
Frankenstein?
Yes, Frankenstein.
And why did you write it? It's so different from almost all the books you wrote.
Well, young lady, me and my fiancé, the very well-known and talented poet Percy B. Shelley, were visiting the famous Lord Byron in Switzerland during the summer. Some other utterly brilliant people joined us afterwards, and we were honored with the best kidney pie I ever ate. I can still remember the taste of that crusty cover, as if it were yesterday. And the cheese, simply excellent, one of the things Lord Byron enjoyed the most. Besides, we were in Switzerland, and everybody knows that... Darling, your service is so lousy. You should request the tea once again.
Oh, it's almost ready. Mrs. Shelley, and the book?
Oh, yes. I was about to tell you when you, young lady, interrupted me, for God's sake. We were in Switzerland that summer, and there was an unseasonable, persistent rain. The weather was so dreadful that we were confined indoors for many days. We were literally isolated, and we ran out of all those delicious meals we were used to. Nevertheless, and on behalf of Lord Byron, I must say that we were not starving at all. It was only the kind of food that... Where's the tea?
Coming. Frankenstein?
Yes. So we spent the time on what we all enjoyed the most, writing, reading poetry aloud, and telling stories, which eventually turned into ghost stories. Further on, someone suggested that we made a contest on making up. Is this the current expression?
Oh, yes.
You see, I heard a lot of them on my way here, and I found most of them really uninteresting. On the other hand, I also had absolutely astonishing sights with millions of tiny little lights, as if they were...
So, you were trapped in that place?
Right. The contest. It was about ghost stories. We were sitting by the fireplace, and the weather was depressing. The surroundings were miserable.
So, you wrote the story there?
Not quite, you see. It was only a ghost story. This wasn't what I was expected to write. Keep in mind that I was, first of all, an honest and committed freethinker. And an almost nursery tale was definitely nothing that any serious literary circle would barely consider, even coming from me. In spite of it, some of my friends regarded my story in a very different way.
Such as what, Mrs. Shelley?
Some of them said it was a new gender.
And it is! It's the first science fiction book.
Oh, is it?
Yes! We call it sci-fi now.
More new words. And this time I like them. You see, young lady, philosophers, gentlemen, writers, and mainly poets, we are all burdened with the duty of acquiring the new formal words in order to be the guardians of our language, as well as,
Mrs. Shelley, was this the only thing your friends told you?
Not at all, young lady. Some authors thought it was the new Prometheus, the Greek legend, where he stole from the gods the fire and immortality. Is this too ancient for you?
Oh no, Mrs. Shelley, we still know about them.
Oh, I love them. Anyhow, my friends kept encouraging me until I wrote it. It was published when I was 21.
At last! Now, let's move into a different topic. Let's see, how could you describe beauty?
Dark hair, dark eyes, light skin, broad shoulders.
Oh, I see, Mrs. Shelley. You're describing yourself.
Not at all, young lady. I'm describing my Frankie.
Mrs. Shelley, it has been so interesting talking to you and a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much.
Oh, are we going to move to another sitting room to continue having the tea and those exquisite pastries?
I'm afraid there is no time for it now. Thanks again, Mrs. Shelley.
Oh, barbarians.
Esto fue Entrevistas del Más Allá, donde de viva voz la autora nos narró el origen del guapo Frankie. Continuamos.
A long time ago in Persian lands, there were a gardener and his wife. They were not rich. In fact, they lived a very modest life. But the gardener's wife was determined to change this. Was she destined for a better life? Was he smart enough to make her plan work?
I just went through a very unpleasant situation, husband. I was not allowed to enter the market when the diviner's wife was there. Was it fair? I was told by the guards. The wife of the king's royal diviner is taking the whole place for herself. That's what those boneheads said. Being the wife of a fortune teller isn't so hard. Diviners make tons of money. How long have you been a gardener, sweetie?
Well, since I was a little boy.
And remind me, were we broke last week?
Well, about that, you know, my income was not sufficient to buy us enough bread, but we always get by.
Well, I have a brilliant idea. We were not born rich, but I know we were destined for greatness. Starting tomorrow, you will be a fortune teller.
What? Are you out of your mind? I was not born to do this. I have no idea how to tell the future.
Oh, honey, you don't have to know. Just throw the dice and say something wise, something mysterious, something vague. You know that's how the king's diviner always do it. You're smart. You'll do great.
But but... oh, God. This is inviting disaster. Oh, gee. I'm going to get in so much trouble if things go wrong.
Oh, diviner, I wore my most expensive ring today to the market. A ring made of pure gold that my husband, the king, gave me. My husband is on a trip and will be very upset if at his return he finds out I've lost the ring. You'll see. I was here on the market. I ate a juicy melon, washed my hands, and next thing I knew, my ring was gone. Oh, could you please use your powers to tell me what it is?
The husband nervously threw the dice. As he desperately thought of something wise, mysterious, and vague to say, he saw that the lady's dress had a small hole, and showing through the hole, he could see a bit of her naked arm. And let me say that in those days in Persia, she was not allowed to show some skin. It was quite improper for a respectable lady to do that.
I see a hole.
Speak louder. Oh, you see a what? A hole?
A hole. Yes, a hole.
Of course, a hole. I took the ring off to wash my hands and hid it in a hole in the wall. You're a brilliant diviner, good man. You knew right where the ring was. Thank you.
Well, I'm the luckiest man on earth. God only knows if my luck will last long enough.
It happened that the king had left palace several days ago in order to take care of some state matters far away in the kingdom. And someone inside the palace had taken advantage of this absence to steal a chest full of diamonds from the treasury. The queen was left alone to deal with the problem, and she was very distressed.
Oh God, what am I going to do? If the king comes back and the chest is still missing, he's going to be so upset. I don't even want to imagine the consequences of this. I have talked to all the palace diviners and they couldn't locate the treasure. They were not able to tell me anything valuable. They were all frauds. Well, this morning I met an amazing diviner at the market. He located my ring just like that. He was amazing. I have never seen quite anyone like him. It might be worth to try another diviner. Tomorrow, first thing in the morning, I will bring him the palace. And I'll see what he can do.
Will our gardener be able to locate the treasure, or things will go sour for him? Stay tuned and keep watching a much better show to find out. Now some health tips, courtesy of a much better show. The importance of eating breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Breakfast is even more important if you aren't eating lunch and are waiting until after school or until dinner to eat. Have fresh fruit for breakfast. Fresh fruit is great to start your day. Have an orange, a pear, a banana, or an apple. Combine your favorite fruit with some yogurt and add granola for a delicious breakfast. Keep protein in mind. You can start your day by having some whole grain toast with butter and jam. The butter will give you the protein you need to keep your energy throughout the morning. Combine it with eggs, fried, scrambled, poached, or hard-boiled. And your breakfast will be a good source of protein to begin your day.
Hola, yo soy Jeff González y esto es Flash Informativo. Hoy los pondré al tanto de la conjugación del verbo to be en pasado. Usamos el pasado del verbo to be para registrar correctamente en inglés algunos eventos pasados, situaciones y estados de ánimo. Veamos la conjugación del verbo to be en tiempo pretérito. I was. You were. He was. She was. It was. We were. They were.
I was born in England in 1797. Oh, they were philosophers. We were in Switzerland that summer. The weather was so dreadful that we were confined indoors for many days.
¿Y qué pasa cuando tenemos que negarlos? Estas son las negaciones del pasado del verbo to be. I was not. You were not. He was not. She was not. It was not. We were not. They were not. Veamos algunos ejemplos.
I was not allowed to enter the market when the diviner's wife was there.
My income was not sufficient to buy us enough bread.
We were not born rich, but I know we were destined for greatness.
She was not allowed to show some skin.
Ahora bien, si lo que necesitamos es obtener información, hacemos preguntas y las estructuramos de la siguiente forma. Verbo más sujeto más predicado. Recuerda que el verbo siempre va primero. Veamos los siguientes ejemplos.
Wasn't it a little bit boring for a little girl? What were your father's friends like? So, were they one of the reasons you began writing so young? Mrs. Shelley, was this the only thing your friends told you?
Es importante además dar una referencia de tiempo, como las que aquí les presentamos.
A long, long time ago in Persian lands,
Quite a long time ago. And I was also buried there. So I dare say it's a long time and a long way. Well, young lady, me and my fiancé, the very well-known and talented poet Percy B. Shelley, were visiting the famous Lord Byron in Switzerland during the summer.
Por el momento ha sido todo. Los espero en el siguiente Flash Informativo.
now, a much better show brings you its touristy tips section. Travel notes for the bold and the curious.
Hi, I'm Vilma Brown and I'll be your guide in today's touristy tips. For this occasion, I have picked one of the most historical places in Mexico, downtown Mexico City. The roots of Mexico's capital lie in its historical center. The Aztecs planned their ancient city as a celestial map. The city was aligned to the 4 cardinal points. The Zócalo is the second largest square in the world, the first one being Moscow's Red Square. Our Zócalo is flanked by the Metropolitan Cathedral, the National Palace, as well as a number of other historical buildings. A huge Mexican flag occupies the center, which is ceremoniously raised at 6 a.m. and lowered at 6 p.m. each day. A wide variety of events take place here, such as concerts or the annual celebration of Mexican independence. Some of the notable places to visit nearby the Zócalo are San Ildefonso College, which is currently a museum and cultural center. San Ildefonso is considered to be the birthplace of the Mexican muralism movement. There is also the Torre Latinoamericana, one of the best-known skyscrapers in Latin America, and the National Art Museum housed in a neoclassical building. The Zócalo has also been used as one of the greatest stages in Latin America, where bands and artists from all over the world had offered free shows. Come, visit the Zócalo when you have the chance.
That was today's travel section. Let's have some more health-friendly tips. Work your stress out. Are you feeling anxious or impatient? A workout routine will help you get rid of stress. Include exercises to build muscular strength, cardiovascular health, and flexibility. A complete workout. In order to have a balanced workout, you need to do some stretching for 10 minutes. Then you can run for 30 minutes. Always pay attention to your heart rate and remember, do not force your body. After running, start slowing down gradually. Stretch out again and you're done.
Bienvenidos nuevamente a Flash Informativo. Les mostraré cómo expresamos acciones que han sucedido en un tiempo pasado. En el idioma inglés, los verbos en pasado pueden tener una conjugación regular o irregular. A los verbos que siguen un patrón regular, solo se les añade la terminación ed. Veamos los siguientes ejemplos.
And a handful of great poets as well. We lived immersed in literature. Some other utterly brilliant people joined us afterwards, and we were honored with the best kidney pie I ever ate. Simply excellent. One of the things Lord Byron enjoyed the most.
They lived a very modest life. But the gardener's wife was determined to change this.
You'll see. I was here on the market. I ate a juicy melon, washed my hands, and next thing I knew, my ring was gone.
Los verbos irregulares, sin embargo, son diferentes. Veamos algunos grupos de estos verbos. Grupo 1. Begin, began. Drink, drank. Ring, rang. Swim, swam. Grupo 2. Bring, brought. Buy, bought. Fight, fought. Think, thought. Grupo 3. Build, built. Smell, smelt. Send, sent. Burn, burnt. Feel, felt. Live, left. Sleep, slept. Grupo 4. Cut, got. Hit, hit. Let, let. Put, put. Hurt, hurt. Y grupo 5. Do, did. Have, had. Hear, heard. Veamos estos verbos en contexto.
So, were they one of the reasons you began writing so young?
Not at all, young lady. Some authors thought it was the new Prometheus.
Oh, diviner, I wore my most expensive ring today to the market. A ring made of pure gold that my husband, the king, gave me.
Puedes encontrar una lista de verbos irregulares en tu libro de texto. Recuerda, con paciencia y perseverancia los aprenderás todos. Yo soy Jeff González y esto fue Flash Informativo.
Now, a much better show brings you the second and final part of The Gardener Turned Diviner.
So, I witnessed about your fantastic powers as diviner.
Oh, my lady. I try.
Diviner, the king's treasure has been robbed. One chest full of diamonds is gone. What can you tell me about the thieves?
Your Majesty, if there was one chest gone, I can tell you there was one thief.
Amazing! None of my own diviners knew that much. Well, I give you 1 day to find the treasure. The king is coming back tomorrow, and he might throw you in jail if you don't find it.
Oh, wife, we are hopeless. I will never be able to locate the treasure. I only have 1 day left of freedom.
Just do what you did to locate the ring.
Oh no, that was pure luck. I put one date in this jar and I'll eat it tomorrow. It symbolizes the day I left of freedom.
It happened that the thief, who worked in the royal palace, had overheard the queen's musings about a gardener-turned diviner. And the thief was very curious about this new fortune teller.
So the queen just got a new diviner. She says he's good, and he has promised to catch me. He's bluffing. Tomorrow night, I will go to this diviner's home and find out what he's up to.
The night of the next day, the thief went to our gardener's house and listened behind the door.
Well, today is my last night of freedom.
I was wrong to make you be a diviner. You are what you are, and I should not have tried to make you something else. Can you forgive me?
I forgive you, but the fault is mine as well. I should not have done something I knew was not wise. But none of this helps us now. Here it is.
Oh! He knows I'm here! Oh, great diviner! Please have mercy! Don't turn me in! The king will kill me!
Well, then you will have to return the treasure to the royal palace.
Oh, I will. I will, diviner. Thank you. Thank you.
The thief secretly returned the treasure to palace. The queen was very grateful to the diviner, made him diviner rich and offered him to be his one and only royal diviner. The gardener turned the offer down kindly, arguing such a difficult case had used all his powers, and he and his wife lived peaceful and long lives ever after.
Esto fue Amazing English, a much better show. Agradecemos a la señora Mary Shelley que nos acompañó desde el más allá, a nuestros actores en las caracterizaciones, a mi compañero González por flashes informativos y a los mismísimos indeseables inquilinos por su maravillosa música. Sintonice nuestro próximo programa con más humor, tips y gramática. Hasta la próxima.
Bienvenidos a nuestro último flash informativo del programa. En esta emisión les mostramos el pasado del verbo to be, que nos sirve para indicar acciones pasadas y estados de ánimo.
I was born in England.
You were lucky to be born in modern times. He was madly in love with my mother. También aprendimos la negación del verbo to be en pasado y la forma correcta de hacer preguntas con este verbo. Recordemos que el verbo va primero y el sujeto después.
I was not born to do this.
You were not very polite today. He was not very smart. Was I the inventor of a new type of story then? Were you into reading since you were a little girl?
Was he smart enough to make her plan work?
De igual forma, conocimos el pasado de los verbos regulares a los que solo se les añade ed al final. He used to call me pretty little Mary.
They lived a very modest life.
I just learned some new words. Y los verbos irregulares cuya conjugación es variable. Some thought it was the new Prometheus. He stole fire from the gods and gave it to mankind. They kept encouraging me. Eso fue todo por hoy. Hasta luego.